So after the soul-crushing experience that was this thing, I need something to relax a bit. Something obviously schlocky, dumb, but entertaining. So it stands to no surprise that I chosen Kokkoku. Just look at the name of it. In all fairness, in English it's translated as moment by moment, but damn, this gives me the cheeky breaky vibes. A thing that is perfectly normal in the language, but to others it sounds like something spoken by either someone very illiterate or a chicken. But anyway, Kokkoku is an anime adaptation of a sci-fi horror manga, though where in God's name is horror in this I'll probably never know, made by these people I never heard of before. It tells us a story about this girl and her semi-functional family whose nephew got kidnapped, and so grandpa puts his blood in stone and says Eggus, summoning jellyfish that invaded their bodies and for all intents and purposes stopped time around them. But apparently there's a sect of hipster cannon fodder that can also stop time and wants to control the world by it, but since they are all bunch of hipsters, the only one of any value is their leader, who has the most obvious villain face this side of the ocean. I mean, just look at the guy. He looks like that gun dude from Assassination Classroom if he was infected by a parasite. Anyway, so the rest of the episodes are basically them running around the stopped world and doing very silly, illogical stuff. But then again, demanding logic from a Japanese horror show is like demanding logic from horror in general, really. However, though is indeed feels kinda generic, it's a good kind of generic. The 80s action movie generic of, well, it's kinda predictable and there's no sex here, but I'm having fun, so who really cares? The concept of everything in the show happening in essentially 1 second is a fun one. The graphics are pretty smooth and clean, the music is kinda meh, the only really noticeable things about it are the opening and the sounds of someone having a seizure during mid-rolls. The biggest flaw of in my opinion, is that it's way too long for what it is. If this was a simple 2-hour feature-length movie, this would be a fun time waster and possibly even a good action flick, but as it stands, I can't really recommend it unless you want something stupid to watch while being drunk or half-conscious. By the time of this recording, I watched it like an hour or so ago, and I can't remember shit what happened in the show, except that there wasn't enough sex. But then again, after Ancient Autist Slut, I could have watched 12 episodes of chickens fornicating, and it would still be a time well spent in comparison.